Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com. And today we're going to do a tour, show you all the fish we have in stock right now. This is probably going to be the last tour we do here in the basement and up in the annex because pretty soon all the fish are going to be moved into here. So that's why it's going to be the last video from the house, we hope. Got a couple test fish in here just to show you. These are horned Gara, living the life. We had to cut the flow rate down a lot so we didn't get too many microbubbles built up for these guys, but we're getting a microbubble remover built, and so as soon as that's built, we'll be able to get fish in all the rest of these tanks too. So that's what's going on, but as soon as that's done, all the fish from the house are gonna move here. So last tour here. I hope soon we're moved over to the new warehouse and have moved to bigger and better things, but that's the hope. Anyway, let's start with the fish that everyone's been asking about, the Amazon puffers, and then we'll show you a bunch of other cool stuff that we have as well. So this is a fish people ask for a lot. The Amazon puffer. Great little puffer, doesn't get more than about 4 inches or so. Can live together in communities. They don't tear each other apart nearly as much as a lot of your other puffer species, so they do fine together. They can be kept with other fish in communities as well. However, I rarely bring them in because often they're not treated well during the importation process. A few weeks ago, I got a call from one of my suppliers who said, listen, we just got a shipment of Amazon puffers in. These ones look really good. I think you're going to like them. So I went ahead and bought them, and these are them. We've had them for a few weeks. They've still got a few more weeks to go. They did come in good size, which is encouraging, but they did come in, as you can see, somewhat skinny. So that's why it's taken a few weeks, and we're going to take a few more. Right now, they're still getting their Metro and Prosi treatments. We'll after that do flubendazole, and after that we'll do levamisole. So it takes a long time to get puffers dewormed and cleaned of parasites. It takes a long time to get them fat and fully recovered. So it's going to be a while, everybody that wants these. But as soon as they're dewormed and have gained weight and look like they're going to do well for everybody, then we'll list them. What we want is something like this guy back here, right at the top of the sponge filter. See how his belly's kind of nice and smooth and expanded? What we don't want is something like this, where you have a big head and the belly's kind of sunken in. So that's what we're working to fix. It takes a lot of medication and a lot of food and a lot of time, but we're working on it, so we'll get there. So that's something that's coming up that I'm pretty excited about. These are doing amazing. These are the L397 Allen Cure Tiger Pleco. And I'm going to move some wood here and some filters and show them to you. You're only going to have a second to see them, but I think it's going to be worth doing this. They are really cool. Check these out. See those? Man. These are such good looking fish. Try to get them in the light for you. Whew, it's a little hard. They run from the light. They have great tiger stripes, orange on black. Really, really cool fish, and they are doing excellent. I know there's one on the bottom of that log, don't worry. I'm going to put it down very slowly. Put one corner down and then the rest down very, very slowly, and they will move quickly. No one's getting smashed here, don't you worry. So anyway, those are the L397s. Oh, I love them. I just think they look so good. Oh, here's one. Come out and play. Hang on, I gotta drive my hand so I can hold the camera and focus in on him. Look at that guy. I'm really enjoying these. And they just disappear in that red rock. Feels like home to them. Next to them, we have some red lizards. And we've had these for about a month now, and they're finally getting to the point where I'm about to list them for sale. The bellies are starting to get full. They're small, around an inch or so. So not a big fish, but they've been doing great for us. We aren't having any problems with these guys, and they're getting fatter and fatter every day. Now, when they're young like this, some of them are browner, more brown, and some are more red. It takes a while for the full red to come in, so have some patience, but they should, as they grow, get more and more red. Below them, we have some rainbow fish. These are Melanotania Goldie, along with some Melanotania Mylandii. Great looking fish. A lot of tanks are empty right now because we are transitioning to our new big warehouse space. We haven't been bringing a lot in, but there's a lot of Similis Corys in here. They're all under the sponge, so we're not going to take a lot of time at this tank. Just that's the smudge spot Cory, Corydoras Similis. Really cute little Corydoras, but they're all hiding right now, so that doesn't make for great video. Here's an amazing looking fish. These are the Blackberry silver dollars. I think they're fantastic. These are, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. They're probably listed at 3 inches because they've grown a bit since we've got them in. If you're looking for a nice large fish, but that's peaceful, these guys are amazing. They have great colors on them. I love that pattern. And they're peaceful, but they can hold their own. They're fast and they grow large. So great dither fish for a large aquarium. Or just, on their own, they're fine too. You don't have to use them as dithers. They're an amazing fish. All right. Now, most of those tanks are empty because, like I said, we're trying to get moved. So, but there's more to show you down here. First off, some Panda Gara, doing awesome. These have grown, half an inch since we got them in. And we haven't had them that long. They're little pigs. They're eating and growing and eating and growing. So Panda Gara, if you want a neat, kind of algae grazing, benthic feeding type fish, of all the Gara, I think these are the most colorful, and they're also super personable. So you can see they're coming up. They're like, feed me, feed me. Anyway, fun fish. Down here we have a few Corydoras habrosus. Not many. We were able to get a few Corydoras habrosus. Husbrosus or habrosus? Now I'm going to look that up. I would know that if I wasn't filming. As soon as you get a camera in your hands, you get a little dumb. And then these are small Bolivian rams. So these are juveniles. But what I love about these is that dorsal fin that they raise and lower like a flag. Look at this. It's like the flag team's practicing. It's constantly raising and lowering it, flashing that fin. Anyway, I think they're really, really, really cool little fish. More Amazon puffers. As you can see, these are notes about treatments and what's going in there right now, so we can keep track of all that. A wonderful batch of gold Roseline barbs. Hard to get. We're fortunate that we've been able to get some of these lately and from a very good supplier. We only have one that had any eye issues in this batch that we know of. So for those that don't know, gold Roseline barbs, there's some research you need to do before you get them. They're the Roseline barb, same species, Psychiopterus denisoni, but this is the gold morph. It's like a leucistic piebald type morph. And there's some things you need to know about them as far as their colors and how their colors change, and some eye issues they can develop. Luckily, I don't think any of these have eye issues. They seem to all be doing really well. But check out dancefish.com and check out the newsletter from a few months ago about gold Roseline barbs if you want to purchase these fish, just so you're aware ahead of time about kind of the special, I wouldn't say special needs or anything, but special, I don't know, they're just different. There's some things you'll probably want to know about them before you get any. If I can get them before they disappear, these are Corydoras mete, the bandit Cory. Very cute with their little black bandit eye bands. One of the kind of skunk type Corys. And they're back in there. Hopefully they're showing up on camera. Here's a few more. Can you guys... There we go. Think that's good. Alright. Moving on, more gold Roseline Barbs, and lots of them. Again, doing great. See this though? Like that guy's like piebald, and then that one's more white, and then that one's more gold, and that one has some brown coming in. They're highly variable. So that's one thing to be aware of with this fish. One of my favorite hatchets just because they're so neat looking. These are the marble hatchets, and they look like Mandy, our operations officer, says that they remind her of like marble coffee cake. Every time she works with these fish, they make her hungry. And I get it. They do. They look like vanilla on chocolate, for sure. All right, down here we have some more gold Roseline Barbs. We were able to get a nice big batch in, and again, really healthy, doing absolutely wonderful. So I'm glad we could get them. And I'm glad that they came in good shape. Over here, here's a fun one to start with. These are yellow Acara. Aquadens Mete, I believe is what this one is. These are adults. They're 3 to 4 inches. Good size. Starting to get some nice color. They've settled in though. They're eating really well. They like come up and beg for food. Like they're not shy, right? So put your hand out. They're like, "Where's the food?" So they're acting like cichlids should. And yeah, just starting to get some color in. Settled in enough to bring their color out. Here are the yellow Congo Tetras. I hope it shows up on camera, but they're starting to get these neat white margins on the top of the dorsal and anal fins and on the tips of the pelvic fins. And then that tail is a yellow color with black to contrast. And in with them are some Cryptolebius, or I'm sorry, not Cryptolebius, Crobia, that's it, Crobia zinguensis, the Jingu cichlid. See if I can get them on camera. They're doing awesome. If you're into a South American cichlid that's uncommon and really cool and peaceful and just neat little fish, these guys, Crobia zinguensis, you could do a lot worse than them. Okay. Oh, there is one more down here. Oh, 2 more. Yeah, here's more Crobia zinguensis. 2 tanks of them. Hopefully we can see them. Let's see. I might turn the light up a little bit on this thing. Anyways, they're doing great. And down here are some Panda Corys. One of the perennial favorites, the Panda Cory. And a whole bunch of baby Chilothrina alleni wapoga are swimming around in this tank. A whole bunch of baby rainbow fish. This gold dot, that's any fish that, any tank that we feed at night. So there's that gold dot on it. So after hours when the lights are off, when I'm down here with my flashlight, I know which tanks have Corys and Plecos and such in, so I can feed them more easily. That's why you'll see gold dots on some of the tanks. Anyway, Panda Corys. Alright, one more row down here, and then we'll go up to the annex and show you 75, no, there's more than 75 tanks up there now. I think there's 81 aquariums up there full of fish, so more to come. This is a cool fish. This is my first time ever seeing this fish in person. This is the Coletti Tetra. Monocausia, I think is how you say the genus. I'd have to look up the genus and how to say it, but neat fish. Gold on the, like brilliant gold iridescence on the lateral line and a lot of red on the tail fin. And really uncommon. And the price isn't bad. So if you like uncommon tetras, here's a pretty one. So below there, we have some Corydoras Rainbows, if I can show you them before they all dart under the sponge filter. These are another of the skunk type Corys. There's one. Come out to say hi. And it's gone. Over here, more of the Coletti Tetras. And then this guy, whatever he is, with the really brilliant head and dorsal surface that glows like a Miyuki rice fish. I don't know what that is. It looks like a Coletti Tetra in every way, except for it's got that brilliance to it. So, I don't know, really cool contaminant. A couple other contaminants in there too, like this guy right here with the dot on his tail. Don't know what that is. That's one of the fun things about getting fish. Every now and then you get something mixed in with the batch, and it's one way you can find out about new fish, stuff you wouldn't have even thought of. Up here is an awesome fish. These are Aspidoras spilotus. And as you can see, they're laying eggs already. So if you look in that filter tube, stuck to the side are a bunch of eggs. That white kind of line going up, that's eggs. So they're happy, they're spawning. Heck, they might be spawning right now, look at them. Aspidoras are awesome. They're like a Corydoras. They're one of the Corydoras lineages, but these like higher flow. They like good current. Well, Corys do too, but these are streamlined, kind of a river fish. So they lay their eggs in the high current, like right down in that sponge filter tube. It's where they want to lay their eggs. So they're fast swimmers, very active. Yeah, look at them. They're about to spawn too. They're all getting ready to spawn there. Very active. Never a dull moment with these, and they're just as peaceful and personable as the Corydoras. So if you like Corys but want something a little more active, a little faster, or you have a tank with high flow and you want something that can really enjoy the high flow, these guys will do well. They also do well like this. I just have a sponge filter and a box filter in there. That's all that's in there, and they do fine. When they spawn, they just stick it right down the tube where the flow is. All right, some Empire Gudgeons. These are all sold. We had a snowstorm this week, and we're not able to ship these out Wednesday, so these will be going out next week. So we're about out of these. Sorry, anyone that wanted any, we're donezo. But yeah, come on, stay on camera, big guy. But anyway, Emperor Tetras, and starting to get. I want to show you this guy. That's the male. Starting to get some color. They're really small still. These guys get to about 4 inches, and the biggest one here is maybe 1.25 inches. That guy I'm showing you there. But yeah, really pretty fish once they hit their stride. Here we have some Pseudomugil luminatus, the neon red dwarf. Well, I guess, what do they call these? Neon red blue eye, not dwarf rainbow. That's praecox. Neon red dwarf. I'm sorry, neon red blue eye. Pseudomugil luminatus, really pretty fish. Great little community fish, true nano fish. These guys are tiny. These guys are, I want to say they're about 1/2 inch, maybe a little bigger. And they're already starting to get some nice color, but that'll just improve as they grow. They'll get lots of nice oranges and reds on them. And those eyes are a nice glowing sky blue. Empire Tetras, and lots of them. What we ordered was 200 Rainbow Tetras. What we got was 400 Empire Tetras. That's just the way the fishmonger game goes sometimes. So you order what you order, and then you cross your fingers, and you end up getting what you get. That's kind of how this industry is sometimes. But they're beautiful. There's only 2 species in that genus. One is these, one is the Rainbow Tetra, and they look very similar. They're both very pretty. The issue is I paid Rainbow Tetra prices for these, and I'm only able to sell them at Empire Tetras. I'm sorry, not Empire, Emperor Tetra prices. But that's okay. I like looking at them enough that I don't care that much. And here's another tank of them. Like I said, seriously, we got 400 of them. There's a lot of Empire Tetras. Nice looking fish though. Okay, well that is it. That's it for down here. Oh no, not quite. We have the 100-gallon tank to show you. So let's come on around here. Let's show you these guys. We have a really cool Cory. Let's see if we can show. Will you guys show up on camera for me? These are Corydoras fulleri, named after Ian Fuller. And they're a more elongate, slender Cory, kind of laterally compressed. They're doing absolutely wonderful. Let me see if I can lift a sponge filter and get them out for you. Get some light over here. Now, you're only going to have a second as soon as I lift this filter, and they're going to zip off. There's also a bunch of cherry shrimp in here, and opal spot L82 opals plecos. So there's the Corys for a split second, right? There, family of Corys. Right there. Hopefully you can see those guys okay. Corydoras fulleri, one you're probably not going to see anywhere else. Really hard to find. And then hopefully under here I can show you, besides the army of cherry shrimp, hopefully I can show you, yeah, there's some opals. You're only going to have a second. They're going to run off. Any more in here? Yeah, some opals. So, that's what's in that tank. My hand is really wet right now, so I'm going to pause this and we'll take you up to the annex. Alright, here we are up in the annex. We've got 81 aquariums to show you, so, you know, settle in, grab a snack, and we'll show you around. We're going to start here. Here we have African butterfly cichlids, one electric blue acara, and I don't know if we'll see any of the mini snowballs, but there are a few in here. By the way, almost all the fish we're showing you are available at dancefish.com. Pardon me for shilling, but it's how I make a living. So if you see anything you like, check out dancefish.com, and the odds are you'll be able to buy it there. Down here, we have some pearl gouramis, and these are aquarium bred and raised by a hobbyist in Washington. These guys. And then below them, there's some Corydoras CW140. And by the way, we know one of them has an eye issue. He's being taken care of. Here's the CW140. Usually with eye issues, just clean water and time. You probably scraped it on something, and usually it heals up with clean water and time. If it doesn't, it starts getting worse, then you think about medicating, but you don't want to jump straight to medicines and deal with all the issues that medicines give you if you can help it. These are the, well, we're not sure exactly. We call them Cory Gg5, okay? So we call these Corydoras Gg5 because we're not sure exactly what the species is, but they're in tank Gg5. Maybe they're a Virginia type. And then there's also some Theri in here, the dwarf acara. See if I can show them to you. About to get our hand really wet. And there they are. A bunch of dwarf acaras. Peaceful, cute little fish. Doesn't get too big. Doesn't thrash things. Nice little community cichlid. And I don't know why they're freaking out and hiding there so much. It must be the camera because they usually come out and beg for food and such. Oh man, my hand's all wet again. Okay. Down here is a bit of a hodgepodge. There's some rainbow shiners in there. There's also some orange Venezuelan Corys, but these ones have darkened up a bit, so we're not really selling those. There's one Chilotharina pricei there, that rainbow fish, really, really rare rainbow fish. There's some bushy nose in there as well, but mostly it's these rainbow shiners. Up here we have some Bonita Tetras and one single cardinal Tetra. He's sold, he'll ship out. Got mixed in the bag of Bonitas and just has lived in here since. So there's the Bonita Tetras. Really like these guys. See that orange on the tail fin? That's a male. And the ones that have yellow on the tail fin instead of the orange are more of a clear whitish tail fin. Not orange, let's put it that way. Those are the females. We have several empty tanks here too because we're, again, clearing things out. So I guess I don't have 81 tanks of fish to show you, but we have tanks and fish in most of them. These are Epiplades sexfasciatus. Really pretty killifish. from Africa. And these are all males, so they're all going to have the nice colors. And you aren't going to get any of the, plain brown females. So sorry if you're trying to breed, but if you have just a show tank and you just want pretty fish for the surface, these are a great one. And we also have Synodontis. Where are they? Well, you can see a tail. Synodontis nigrita. A whole bunch of them. They're doing great. Oh, there's some in. Can you see them back there on the ground under those filters? Anyway, they're doing what Synodontis do, which is hang out and cover. Up here we have an awesome rainbow fish. This is Melanotania frederici from Caliclawai. Maybe the prettiest of the frederici. They're starting to get that. So frederici are known for that bold black half band. Kind of like a pork chop rasbora, I guess you would say. Something like that. Down the body. And these guys are starting to get that. They're also starting to get some of the yellows and oranges and things. They're still pretty small, though. So they have a lot of developing to do. But frederici, you get that bold pattern. That's what you look for in a frederici. Here's another frederici. This is a different location. These ones come from here. Kien. So, same species from a different collection point to get some variety. These ones have lighter margins on the tips of the fins. And then we have a couple blue Guyanacara in here as well. Platinum albino guppies, look how well these look. Let me just step back. They just pop, even from a distance. They're just spectacular. Brightly colored fish. Dario, the scarlet batis. In here there's also some giant Autocinclus, but they tend to hang out in the plants and the wood and stuff. They'll be down in that wood and stuff, so probably won't see them right now. Another Aspidoris species, if they'll come out. There's one back there. This is Poselius. Again, just like the other ones we looked at earlier, these guys are just like a Corydoras, but more active, slender. They can do with high flow and gregarious, easy to spawn, great little fish. And we also have some Apistogrammas in here. We don't know what species they are. All we know for sure is that they're Apistotank FF4. So that's what those are. Don't know the species though. Above them we have some Severums. I've been growing them up from itty bitties because I'm not sure exactly what they are. They were sold to me as, I think these ones were sold to me as Notatus. But we have a lot of problems with Severums. We get them small, we sell them to people as red shoulders or Notatus or whatever, and then, months later when they're grown enough to identify, often they're a different species, and we don't like our customers having that experience. So we've raised these up from about an inch. They still got some growing to do, but they are starting to get that red shoulder on them. So I don't think they're Notatus. I think they might be red shoulders. But we got to let them, grow in a little more, see what the other ones look like and all that, and then we'll be able to finally sell them. Chilotherina blairi, still small, not much color yet. I do see some red on a few of the fins, which indicates those are probably going to grow up to be nice, pretty males. But can't really sex them at this size. As you can see, they look very similar. And if we can see them, we also have mini snowball plecos in here, the L471, as well as the Queen Arabesque, the L260. Maybe you can see it down there under the filter, but probably not. And that's a top tank. I can't really just jump in there and grab the wood. I'd have to get a ladder and everything. These are cool Corydoras. This is Corydoras CW62. Nice group of them. Been with us for a while and absolutely doing fantastic. If you're into rare Corydoras, this group, check them out. All together, nice big group. Long time in these aquariums, so they're not as shy as some Corys. that we looked at earlier that we've only had for a few weeks that are hiding underneath the sponge filters. These guys are out and about and sassy and begging for food. Okay, jumping over. Here is a mix of rainbow fish and some mini snowballs. You can see a tail right there, just a little mini snowball tail right there on the edge. I'll show you the mini snowballs in a minute. I'll lift up that wood and hopefully we'll see a few. But these are the Millennium Rainbows, Pseudo-incisus, Glossolepis pseudo-incisus, as well as the Sequensis. A couple types of rainbow fish in here. And then, let's see if we can show you these mini snowballs. The L471. These are doing absolutely wonderfully. Fat and happy. Let's see if we can lift this up and show them to you. There we go. See those? Whoop. Hopefully you saw them because they don't stick around long once the light gets to them. Like a vampire, they seek darkness. Man, they like that wood though. Look at that one all burrowed down in the wood there. All happy. Okay, L471s. Don't worry, I'm going to put this wood down real slow. They'll have plenty of time to move. That way you don't smash your plecos. So we can show you a couple more. There's a couple more. There's a good shot, I hope. L471. One of my favorites. Don't get very big at all. One of the smallest of the kind of Hypancistrus types. Tops out at, what, 2.5 inches, I guess? These and the ocelots, I think, are the smallest of the Hypancistrus types. And one of the smallest of all of them. I think there's a Ranger Pleco species that might stay smaller. But these, look at that group of them. Man, they're doing awesome for us. I have a really good breeder for these. They give us good quality fish. Okay, we put this down very gently, slowly. Okay, we're all back to where we were before I started messing with things. All right, another rainbow fish. These are the red dragons, the Glossolepis multisquamata, but you're not going to see any color yet. Red dragons take forever to color up and sex up and things, so not sure what they are yet as far as sex goes, but they will. They'll get there. As you can see, we used to have a gold dot here, but we don't have any plecos in there anymore, so we tried to get it off, but not completely. We also have Calijamas in here. Melanotania species Calijamas. Cool little fish. Some rice fish. These would be the galaxy rice fish, kind of a white rice fish. Then a really hard to find Cory, Corydoras Aerophranatus. Can you see them there? They're one of the Lineage One type Corys. They used to be called Ellisae, but the correct name is Aerophranatus. Let me show you. This will be helpful. So they're known as two names. They used to be called Ellisae, and they frequently still are, but the correct name is this one, Aerophranatus. And then we have the one true 173 plecos. L173. These came, the provenance of these is the parents of these were purchased at the L number conference in Hamburg, Germany, from a Norwegian breeder that does a really good job. Let's see if I can. You guys gonna get out? Maybe. These are the true thing, the 173. I'm getting a decent view there. Man, they really like it under that filter. And I don't really want to like force them out. Like I don't want to stress them if I don't have to. There's another shot. Just gonna keep that camera there for a second. Super rare fish, really hard to find. L173s, the real ones. Sourced at the L number conference in Hamburg, Germany. Year 1 or 2 of the conference. I can't remember which. All right. Man, look at you. That is one good-looking fish right there. Sorry, I just have to... That is so pretty. If my other hand wasn't wet, I would zoom in and show it to you, but I don't want to ruin my camera here. This camera costs more than my car. Of course, I drive a 1998 pickup truck, so that's not a surprise. Here we have the Coupati Rasbora and a single CPD. But these are the neon green Rasbora, aptly named. I don't know if it comes through on camera, but they really are a lime green color. And that CPD is left over from a previous batch. We thought we had caught them all, and then he surprised us by showing up, you know, been hiding behind the filter or whatever. Okay, that's row number 1 of 3 up here. 2 more to go. Refresh your beverage, replenish your snack bowl. Let's finish this up. Okay. Oh, here's another Alenkier. L397 Alenkier. Oh, and he just went bye-bye. Oh, we got a belly shot. Bushy nose in there, sucking on the sponge. Hanging out and doing what bushies do. And then these are a Siciopus species. One of the Siciopus Gobies. Really neat, personable, lively fish. No idea what species they are. They were sold to us as, I think they were called Siciopus Orange or Siciopus Reds or something like that. There's not a spot of orange or red on them, so we're just calling them Siciopus species, because I don't want to call them red and then have you get fish with no red on them and be like, wait a minute. Now maybe when they get in breeding condition they develop some orange or some red. I don't know. But even without a bunch of bright colors, their lively attitudes and how they bounce around and stick to stuff and perk up and go ask you for food make gobies just really fun fish, really personable fish. Dwarf Praecox Rainbows, or Neon Dwarf Rainbows, Melanotania Praecox. A wonderful batch that's doing absolutely fantastic, as you can see. These we can sex for you, so if you want to know if they're males or females or want to get pairs or whatever. We can't sell just males or just females, but if you're someone that wants to breed them or wants an even sex ratio, let us know and we can do that. But you can't be like, I want 9 males, and it's like, great, now I have no more males to sell, right? But if pairs are important, let us know and we can do that. This fish is one that I have been waiting for a long, long time. This is the Leopoldi angel. It's a different species than the sclerae. Sometimes it's called the long-nosed angelfish. There's some other names for it. These were collected down in the Amazon basin, and they are doing great. They're ready to go. They're rock solid. They're through all the shaky import stages. They're eating well. They're fat and sassy and hyper and everything you could want. So I know, when you first get wild angelfish in, they can be an issue, but I assure you, these are going to do well for you. We've had them for a while. We've had all the TLC they need, and they're ready to go. So, Leopoldi Rainbows, hard to find, and I'm happy to offer them. Okay, blue neon gobies, or neon blue gobies, one of the two, however you say that. Here's a group of them right here. Now down here is a fish that we're just going to see the top of. It's a very special fish. This is a CW124. Very, very rare Corydora that unfortunately is hiding behind the bezel there. Okay, we might have to move him out just so you can see this. This is a cool fish. Now, oh, my hand's wet. Hang on. Got to dry it off so I can zoom in. This is a Lineage One Cory, and these guys don't like being with other Corys. Most Corys need to be in groups or they do poorly. I can't really focus on him, can I, back there? The CW124 does not mind being alone. In fact, they're one of the few Corydoras species that's downright aggressive to other Corys. So you want to either keep them in a very large tank so everyone has their own territory, kind of cichlid rules, or just get one per tank. So that works for a lot of aquariums. Most Corys, you need a big group. And I always hate it when I go to and I see an aquarium and there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 little Corys in it. Because I know they want to be in a group of a dozen or 100, they like to be in big groups. This solves your problem. They're not cheap, but you can get one in your tank without guilt because they like it that way. Oh, the tiger gobies are here. They're hard to focus on because they blend in with the sand so well, and the camera's like, I don't know what to focus on. But there's one right there. He's pointing away from us. Here's one over here. Just the cutest little gobies. And then Polka Dot Plecos. This is the L97 Polka Dot Cactus Pleco. Wait till you see these. They're growing pretty good size on us. These have to be 3-4 inches now. Yeah, maybe we're getting close to 4 inches on these. Look at that. They're absolutely stunning. Now they're going to get pretty big. You're going to need, I can't remember, 14, 16 inches, something like that. So they're not for everybody. They're not for a small tank. But if you can house them and you want a really neat Pleco, these guys are one of the coolest. The filter just fell apart on me. Go figure. Okay. Hang on, let me see if I can get it in. Did I get it in? Yeah, I think I got it in. Awesome. Okay. Up here we have some Roseline Barbs. You saw the gold Roseline Barbs earlier. These are the Roseline Barbs, although there's one in here that has a little gold. And I know there's a Gimpy one in here. He came like that. He's always been Gimpy. But check him out. Besides Gimpy there, everyone's fat and sassy and doing fantastic. They should do wonderfully in your aquariums. Electric Blue Acara. Really, really pretty, really peaceful cichlid that doesn't get too big. And there's also, I'm not going to be able to see them down there. There's also some L262 Stardust Plecos. It's a top tank. I don't have a ladder, so I'm not going to be able to get them. Oh, look at this bushy. I just love it when they get that big, bristly face like that. Look at that big boy. Geophagus brasiliensis. One of the hardiest, easiest to keep of all the Geophagus, and really pretty to boot. Eating everything, not a difficult fish to keep. Siciopus Exqualmolus. That is the lipstick goby. Often they're listed as rubro something, but the true scientific name is let's see if I can say this. Exqualmolus. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. But the cool thing about them is the back half of the fish is a bright orange color. So they have quite a bit of color. And then they have the lipstick. Let's see if we can see the red lipstick. Yeah, fishy, fishy. I don't know if you can see the red lipstick, but surely you can see the bright orange on the back. Then we have another neat goby in here. This is Cichliopterus Parve. That's these big guys right here. Really cool. Neat fish. Gobies are just fun to watch. Their neat behaviors and how they swim around and cling to things. They're just fun fish. Below them, we have a different type of goby. Did you see it? The flaming arrow? See this guy? Look at that guy. Some black bars and then that bright orange back half of that fish. I think they're so cool. We have some epistogram in here too. Are these These might be the Epistogramoides. I'm not quite sure, but these are the ones from BB11. Tank BB11. And then we have another Psychiopterus species. This one is Cyanocephalus, which means blue tail, I believe. And I have seen them get some blue in when they kind of color up, but I've never seen them in full color. I don't know if I ever will in an aquarium. Might need some natural cycles to bring that kind of breeding color out. But still really cool fish, whether they do or not. I'm pretty sure that's Epistogramoides right there. Pelukalapensis, is that how you say that? Pelukalapensis. Gudomin Village Rainbow Fish. I think these are all females, which is why they're listed for such an inexpensive price on the website. Dancefish.com if you're interested. But we also in here have some L270 Plecos. These are the chocolate zebras. And some bettas. These are Betta Anabatoitis, a giant species of betta. And these are the chocolate zebra Plecos. L270. Hanging out in the wood. Look at that tail. I love how they do that. Just burrow in, their tail's just sticking out. There you go. There's a good shot of them. But yeah, check these out. Betta Anabatoitis, one you're probably not going to see very often. Maybe the largest of all the bettas. Top out at 5-6 inches. Big, big bettas. Very peaceful. You can keep them in a group. They don't kill each other. They're not aggressive. Now, if a little fishy will fit right down in its mouth, of course it's going to eat it like any other fish would, but they don't fight amongst themselves and they don't seek trouble. Okay, these are some good looking rainbows. These are Melanotania trifasciata from Cohen River. They're getting big enough to start developing some really nice color. We also have some banded gudgeons in here. Gurunda cingulata. And if we can see them, can you see that Pleco down there? That's the L450 Pleco. One of the zebra type Plecos. There's another one over here. Most of them are going to be in that wood, but I don't have a ladder to get in those top tanks and flip that over for you. But if you're looking for some L450s, we've had those for a while and they're fat and sassy and doing fantastic. This is a fish you probably aren't going to see anywhere else. This is a very new rainbow fish to the hobby. It's Melanotania species Cali Lumper. And they're doing great for us. Now there's one in here that has kind of a funky dorsal fin, so don't worry, we're not going to sell that one to you. We're aware. But again, super rare rainbow if you're into rare rainbow fish. Melanotania species Cali Lumper, for those that are wondering. Not rare, but always delivers is the red-blue Colombian Tetra, or blue-red Colombian Tetra, however you want to say it. They get pretty deep-bodied, so they can go with fish with bigger mouths than you could put, say, like a rummy nose or whatever. Get nice blue sheen on them with those red fins, and they're super hardy. Nice, peaceful, pretty Pleco. Pleco, Tetra. Corydoras con color. That's what's going on here. Now, when these grow, they turn into like tanks. They get like a big, kind of tall body. They remind me of like a tank. But right now, they're still little. As you can see, they've got some rust-colored tails, is how I describe it. Some descriptions describe it as like orange or something like that. And yeah, there's a little orangey red on there, but I'd call it rust-colored. Doing great. Corydoras con color. And look, they didn't even all dart away. They're perfectly happy just being out in the open. That's good. Melanotania Goldie. Which ones are these? I believe these are the Tamika. Is that right? I'm going to have to look up the location on these. It'll be on the website. Melanotania Goldie. And I can't remember which location these are. Is it Tamika? I don't know. Along with them, though, are more chocolate zebras, the L270, and there's a big 173B Angelicus Pleco in here, but they're going to be all in that wood. We're not going to get into them. Sorry. Cali Timbuni, fantastic rainbow fish, hardy, awesome, beautiful. What's not to like? I really like Timbuni a lot. Ember Tetras, red Beck 40 pencil fish, and a few cardinal Tetras, along with some bushies. Gotta have a bushy to keep the algae down, right? They do a great job with that. So, peaceful, small, kind of nano-ish community tank type fish. Okay, that was row number 2 up here in the annex. One more row to go. Stick with me. I know you gotta refill your drink and get more snacks. Go ahead. Make them healthy. You just had chips, right? And dip. So I don't know, maybe some celery, some baby carrots. Let's balance it out. Mama was right. Let's do what Mama said. All right, in here, dwarf gold barbs, peaceful and small, none of the aggression of your average barb. Everyone I've sold these to loves them, and they're fat and happy, and that's full grown, an inchish, maybe a little less. They don't get big at all. And then under there, if you can see them, there's a bunch of L174 ocelot plecos. You know, I've got to show you these. Let me get a ladder. I'll be right back. Okay, this is going to be one of the rarest plecos you'll ever see. I'm just going to flip this over, give you a quick look. These stay small, like the L471s. There's probably some L471s in here with them, actually. The smallest hypencistrus type plecos that I know of. And really hard to get. I have a good batch of them here. I'm giving them a little more time before I list these ones for sale. So not ready just yet, but they will be shortly. There's a few. In fact, maybe they are ready. I'll check bellies later. If everyone's got a nice big belly, then maybe I'll go ahead and list them. Hopefully the camera's focusing in on there and you're seeing them well. They're just hanging out. They haven't rushed away or anything. Oh, there's some scuds in there. We're going to have to get a scud eater in here. I'll bring in like a African butterfly cichlid or something like that to keep the scud population down. You don't want high scud populations in with your plecos and corys because they're not doing it now. It's not a huge population. But if that scud population were to get out of control, they might start irritating the plecos in here. Same with corys. Okay, let's see if we can have it rain ocelots here. That belly's awesome. He's nice and full. Okay, come on down, guys. Let's see. There you go. Just give you a quick look because they're so cool and you're not going to have a lot of opportunities to see these guys anywhere. So, well, that was probably it. Well, I've disturbed them enough, so, well, there you go. And put the lid back on and continue the tour. A great line of blue dream shrimp. Check them out. They're like dark blue. This is a wonderful line. And then we also have some blue Stiphodon gobies in here, which is the Atripurpureus. Is that how you say that species name? That little goby right there. I mean, they're blue as blue can be, these guys. Let's see if we can really... See, this lens I have to be careful. I can't get too close or it gets fuzzy. Let's see, hopefully you can see just how blue as blue can be these guys are. Good strain, got them from Rick May. He did a great job with these. Okay, I don't know if I can show them to you. Now, there's a few there. This is the Corydoras elegans group that we're having such a hard time with. We've had them for a long time. They've been super healthy. Shipped them to a customer. They had some problems, unfortunately, which was unexpected because we'd had them healthy for so long. And then earlier this week, or was it early last week? Or the end of last week, I mean. A few days ago anyway, we lost a couple. So I don't know if something's going on with these guys or what. We have shipped a lot out before that didn't have any problems. But just recently, a customer had some problems and we've had a couple problems. So hopefully we can get these resolved and get these listed again. It'll take several weeks though, because they are awesome looking. They're you can tell males and females. The ones with a lot of pattern, like that guy in the center of the screen there, that's a male. The one here with a lot less pattern, that's probably a female. Now, I'm not an expert on sexing them. Like, maybe that one that looked female is just a male that's colored down or something, but that's the general way to tell. Here's another Cory. Don't know the species name, so we call it Corydoras Gg5, because that's the tank we put it in. We have a guess, I think, on the website of what they are, but we don't know for sure. Along with an Apisto that we don't know for sure, which is Apisto species Q11. how we do it. When we don't know what the fish is, we just name it for the tank that they originally go in. So calling these Q11. Here's one that might be male, or looks a little different than the others anyway. I'm not an expert on epistles, but that to me looks like a female, a big female. And then this one looks like maybe a young male. I don't know. It's got the eye stripe though, so maybe not. Yeah, I'm really bad at sexing the epistles. Sorry. Oops, gotta zoom out again. Here we have a really underrated rainbow fish that's beautiful. This is Comeng River. Nice sky blue iridescence all the time. And then when they do color in and really start flashing, you get that as well. But even from a young age, they're still pretty all the time because they have this really nice iridescent blue. And they're in there with some blueberry tetras. There's also one L201 snowball pleco in there. He's gonna be hanging out over here probably. He's already sold though, so I'm not gonna bother him. More Leopoldi angelfish. Got as many as I could because they're hard to get, and it was a good source. They came in absolutely wonderful. Dwarf amber barbs from Africa. These little guys are full grown at 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Bunch of baby bushy nose plecos, and another Aspidora species that frequently puts eggs in that sponge filter tube. Are you guys all hiding back there? It's Raymundi. We've raised several babies from these guys. There they go, woo, zipping around. They don't really like the camera though, so I'm gonna move on. Black paradise fish. Really neat, really rare. And as they grow, they color up into just outstanding fish with long comb tails on them. A lot of different stuff going on in this tank. Here we have some, let me move these so we get a little more light. There's some nets up there blocking the light. Here we get some pygmy Corydoras, some dwarf hummingbird tetras, Odontoceracidium tetras. I think there's some half-beaks in here. Yeah, up here, up at the top, those are the Tanga half-beaks, or the red stripe half-beak. There are lots of names, but the species name is Tanga. And this one, I believe, is one of the egg-laying half-beaks, not one of the live bearers. What else do we have in here? There's... Oh, look at these pygmy Corys coming out to play. Let's see if we can get a shot of them. I think there's some black tiger Dario in there still, perhaps. And let's see here. What are you? Is that a blue belly goby? I'd have to find out, but there's some gobies in here. I'm pretty sure they're blue bellies. So, a lot of little nanofish in that tank. Okay, flipping around, baby plecos on top of Corydoras Carlae. Again, super rare Cory, you're just not going to see. There's also Cruciensis in here, and Cipalwini in here. There's the Carlae. They're back there. Oh, they just went behind the box filter. Okay, we might have to move some stuff so you guys can see these awesome fish. Carlae. Let's see if we can find some Cruciensis or Cipalwini. Yeah, there's a Cipalwini. There's Corydoras Cipalwini back there. I don't know how well they're showing up. Not a lot of light on them. Let me see if I can move my arm and get that mop out of the way. Hopefully you could see that. Broad black stripe along the horizontally along the lateral line. And then Cruciensis are going to be hanging out over here. Oh, there's some Cipalwini and Cruciensis coming out. See them? There they are. Hopefully I got them on camera. It's hard to look at them. And there's Cipalwini right here. These guys. It's kind of that dark stripe going down the body. Kind of a cool Cory. Very hard to find. Unique guys. And then the Cruciensis are these spotted guys that are just cute as a button. All right in there. All right. Hang on, gotta dry my hand off. Here are the high-fin rainbow gobies. So which one are these? Siciopus cebuensis. And there's some Ansorgii in here, Microtenopoma Ansorgii, but they're gonna be, oh, look at that guy. That's an L136 Angelicus Pleco. Big boy. Lots of spots all over the body. That's gotta be a 5-incher. Nice big, cool Angelicus Pleco. And then the Microtenopoma are gonna be on those plants, and it's a top tank. I'm not gonna be able to get to them, I don't think. Okay, down here. These are the Flagtail Panda Corys, aren't they? Yeah, Flagtail Pandas. Along with a whole bunch of blue dream shrimp, a couple of crystal red shrimp, a bunch of baby plecos. Let me get in there and show you the Flagtail Pandas, because they're actually really cool. They look like a panda Cory, but they've got a flag on the tail, hence the name, I guess. Come on out, bud. See him for a bit anyway. Well, that didn't last long. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like my hand in there or the camera, so I'm not gonna wig them out anymore. Tons though of blue dream shrimp. Look at all these. Look at all them babies. They like it in that tank. They like it a lot. And there's some baby bushy nose in there too. Okay, moving along. Jurapari Earth Eaters. Satanopercula jurapari. If you like stuff that sifts your sand, let's just watch him for a second. We can go through, that guy's doing it right now. Go through, grab a mouthful of sand, and spit it out their gills like that guy's doing. They're constantly washing your sand for you, which is awesome. It makes it so you don't have to do a bunch of maintenance on the tank. They just keep it nice and turned over and cleaned. And then there's also several albino L33 tiger plecos in here. The L33, I'm sorry, L333, not 33, 333. These are the albinos. I've raised these up from about 1.25 inches. Now they're getting closer to 2 inches, easy. Maybe 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 on some of those. Anyway, these are my little babies that we've raised up from itty bitties. Watch out, put it down slow, put the wood down slow, Dan. No pleco smashing today. Okay. Cali Timbuni. Now, it's not species Cali Timbuni. We don't know the species. They're a very new rainbow fish. So we know they're Melanotania. We don't know the species, so we just call them Cali Timbuni because that's the location where they were found in Papua New Guinea. This is a cool fish. These are stake endlers. These were bred and raised by a hobbyist in Washington. So they're hobbyist bred and raised stake endlers. And they look good. I'm just going to stay back here and let the fish sell themselves because they're so amazing. The breeder I've got them from is on his 5th generation and they're breeding true. So this is a good pure line stake endler. And I know they're $80, but everyone else is selling them for $120, so I think 80 is a good deal. Alright, and then below them is a big group of Corydoras. Well, I can show you this one easier. Carle. I love these guys. Argentinian Corydoras that you almost never see. And there's a lot of them in here. See some back there. Anyway, stake endlers, and that's how I say it, Corydoras. Zebra Hillstream Loaches, doing fantastic, these guys. See that zebra pattern on them? That's where they get the name. And some baby gold rice fish that we're raising up. Well, there's some back there kind of doing the dance. They do that kind of territorial or breeding dance. Anyway, cool little Hillstream Loach. Okay, last 3 tanks, we are almost donezo. These are Melanotania Parve. Too small to have a lot of color or anything yet, but Melanotania Parve. These are blind cave tetras. I know they're not a really uncommon... Oh, sorry, I was putting the ladder down. I know they're not a real uncommon tetra, but they sure are one of a kind. If you like activity in your tank, look no further. Just get a big group of these. Constant motion. I was able to provide the local high school biology department with a big group of these, because super cool for their students. Like, what a blind fish! And then you get an opportunity to talk about cave ecology and how fish evolve and adapt to live in them and all that. So it's really cool for like a science class. Look at that motion. Like, there's a lot to watch. They never slow down. Gold rice fish that are totally freaked by the camera, oddly enough. That's a little unusual, but they did not like the camera that time. These are aquarium bred and raised by a hobbyist, and they're doing fantastic. Okay, there you have it. That's the tour. That's what we have here at dansfish.com. And I think this is the last time. Oh, you know what? I've got a fan right above the camera. Let's move. Let's move somewhere where we can maybe hear better. How's that? We'll call that good. So anyway, that's the tour. I think this might be the last tour we do here, because hopefully real soon all these fish move over to the new fish warehouse and live in absolute luxury. It's like the fish day spa. Constant flow through. They get a gallon a minute of fresh water flowing through their tanks, and so you know, every 40 minutes. Actually, I timed it a couple days ago. It took 45 to 48 minutes for a 40-gallon tank to get 100% water change. So they're gonna have constant fresh water and just be living in the lap of luxury. Lucky them. But anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks to everyone that supported us during this stage of our business and our growth. We started in that basement, then we added the annex up here. Now we're headed off to the warehouse. It's been quite a journey, and a lot of you have helped along the way, either by encouraging words or, I don't know, super chats during live streams, or being investors in what we're doing, or telling your friends that, you know, go to dansfish.com, buy your fish, they won't die on you, you know, that kind of thing. So just thanks to everyone that's been along for the journey. It's been good to take the journey with you. And with that, we'll close out what I think is going to be the last tour of, you know, all the fish in the tanks in this location. That's a little bittersweet, actually. Anyway, till next time, have a good one. Thanks. Bye-bye.